Hi, my name is Lisa Basciano. I'm in section 001, and this is my video for my observation reflections. I went to two different schools during my observations. The first school I went to was Potter Elementary, and the other one was Bayshore Christian, but I'm going to talk about Bayshore because I feel like I learned more from that school. So, Bayshore is really close by MacDill Air Force Base, so it's pretty simple around there. There's no big extravagant things or anything like that. The school itself is very subtle and small. It's not big at all. Around the school, it's kind of the same way, but there's a lot of trees and everything are still around there, which is kind of nice. It gives it a nice atmosphere for everything. The people there at Bayshore are really nice and very welcoming, including the students. There was one point that I got there and there were students that came in at the same time, and they were the grade level that I was observing. So the office person actually had the students escort me to their class, and they were just chatting with me the entire time, like, oh, you want to be a teacher? That's really cool. And these are 5th graders that are talking to me about this. And it was really sweet to see them doing that. They were just talking up a storm like no tomorrow. And they were very sweet and very encouraging, actually. The students themselves were encouraging to me, which, I don't know, I just thought that was pretty cool. At Bayshore, things are different compared to other schools. Obviously, it's a Christian school, so there is a different atmosphere. There is a focus on God and on teaching the kids Bible. I went to a Christian school from K through 8th grade, so this was kind of like a flashback for me. But it was really interesting to see the difference between my school and their school. Their school, the kids there are very respectful of each other and kind, and you can just see in the way that the teachers are to the students, they reflect their teachers. So it's a win-win situation for both of them. The question that I had picked for my summary was, what did I see schools doing to support and encourage student achievement? And Bayshore definitely did a lot, not just by the teachers verbally encouraging the kids, but they're always there to help the kids. They're never harsh with them. They're stern, and they know how to keep the classroom managed, but they're not set to make the students afraid of them. They're very open and honest and willing to talk with the students and help them out in anything and everything they need. If the student falls behind, they're willing to catch them up. Because they're right by MacDill Air Force Base, they get a lot of kids that either leave early or have to come in halfway through the school year, and they're very willing to help those kids catch up if they're behind. And the kids that leave, they make sure that they leave with knowledge that if they go into another school, they'll be prepared there. They won't be left behind in anything. It's really cool to see that. The one thing I was kind of concerned about in going to Bayshore, because it is a private school, there was a chapter in our book, chapter 11, which was about classism, and it made me think of that because I was afraid that there was going to be kids that, oh, they've got these shoes that everyone else has to have, and they're like really expensive or something, or their backpacks, or Vera Bradley or something like that, to where all the other kids are going to be talking about, oh yeah, they're really rich or something like that. None of the kids noticed anything. One, they did have uniforms there, but even with the uniforms, it didn't matter what you wore, or what your hair looked like, or anything like that. All the students were included in everything. The students included each other, the teachers included the students, and no one was left out for whatever reason, how they dressed, how they act, whatever. They weren't left out at all, which I thought was awesome because I dealt with that at my school. So it was cool to see that these kids were not dealing with classism at all at their school. In my question that I had, I pretty much feel like it was answered at Bayshore. Just all over. It was really good. It wasn't what I expected. I honestly expected to get some difficulty with answering my question because I know that it's hard sometimes for the school itself to get the students to succeed or to encourage them and to help achievement because some of the students are kind of resistant with that. But the way that Bayshore was set up and the curriculum they used and the way that they went about teaching, I think, is what really helped the kids grasp what they needed to know. And you see in the students, they understand everything they're learning. They don't just pass by, oh, whatever, I'll get it in the future. They ask their questions, they learn the material, and they're willing to learn, and that's really good. I don't know if I really had any surprises. I guess one thing that was different was that the 5th grade teacher used a book that public schools actually use. It actually was kind of diverse. I wouldn't say that there was any big like half and half mixture, but there definitely was a good mix. But they were all welcome there. No one was excluded at all, which was just awesome. There was no, if someone was a different color, a different race than you, there was no discrimination between the kids. There was no favorites between teachers that I observed or anything like that. And from what I've heard from the office manager that I talked to, there was no problems with that either. So all in all, I feel like I got a lot out of my observations and how I should act and whatnot, and I'm hoping to actually find a school like Bayshore, or at least as good as Bayshore in my mind, because that was just an awesome experience. It really was. And it's really cool to see places like that overcome the obstacles that are set in this world with standards and things like that, and they just rise above that and continue and encourage the students to rise above that, and it's really important to do that. So that's all I have.